It was gorgeous today. But yeah, it's not because they from one side out.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
And you get there, and
Like
On the third Tuesday of the month.
Next month.
You come visit.
Ecosystem and shells.
Hop on YouTube.
And then you get
See
to
how we're
tour.
doing.
Yeah, to do that.
Our last station was
Can I
the
make a
touring
break?
station.
Public
Public
statement.
comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate those. Yeah.
So my kids were upset about that, but all in all, what a cool trip. I can't like, but walking next to me. I was like, that's awesome.
I'm trying to remember if we took that.
Then we're doing the crabs and everything, crabs. And kids were looking at same thing, bro. First time. They did say the same thing about fish. Every time.
Yeah.
I was like, this must be an amazing day for you. Like,
Remember these activities.
I wanted him to be like 30 years old and go out for like a crab dinner. And be like, "For the first time.
Wow, that's cool. I can't remember if that's the last year or the seventh graders that are the last grade. In first grade.
This was the
Yeah.
first. So,
Yeah, she used to take first graders every year. And we didn't do it with them. because they didn't listen and
Yeah.
did it on our own.
families, boats and stuff.
Yes, in the beginning for a long time. And then we started to have to do some boats. Beth Carter had a connection with somebody that he had boats and they shut us down.
Yeah.
So we left from, I think it was down there, where that restaurant used to be, there, Trails Inn.
Oh, okay.
We left from there, just to cross.
Zip right across.
Yeah, and usually we have a couple of parent boats, and then we have one
Right.
for all parents,
But we might wanna be like.
but yeah, it was always great.
Next week,
Like,
I did
Yeah.
find.
Bring that excited here, right? Oh, you're going right.
Um, 2 weeks after that.
He's gonna go first because his sister has a birthday, so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It was,
You know what, let's get your stuff.
it's like awesome.
Charlie. Charlie.
It's always like.
Right.
It might not be as much as we think we are.
I think,
I like it. I'm like, you know, like all the kids are like Busch Gardens. I'm like, Busch Gardens, that's nothing. On Williamsburg. And they're like, you're right.
That's right, yeah. There's some chairs.
Yeah. And like today, we had a morning meeting this morning, talked about the expectations and all. They were on point.
They used to go in March.
That's great. That's the start of the year.
Now I remember here, I the other one.
But the main cost. Oh, like a campground?
Well, no, it was like campground. Noble Springs, but it was,
Yeah.
I was there and I had reserves about it. And I Yeah.
I could really. I was like, I'll go. I'll just road for the day. This is my house. Yep.
Right. Can I borrow it from you last time?
Yeah, I just gave her that. But yes,
I would have to know that. Right.
but it doesn't get on Gmail.
Right.
And if not, then you and I can share and I can.
Sure, I'm just signing her in. Do we know guest password? You're fine.
We just keep that on.
Bad day.
Well, and yeah, there's all the share.
Yeah.
So like our own, use Microsoft, right? So I think that's.
Go in White House.
Understandable.
Right. It's not convenient.
I'm not saying that I don't understand. I'm just saying I like.
I've heard.
Setting it up. Do you want to share?
I'm logged in.
Okay.
You just need the agenda, right?
And I don't mind bringing my personal picture.
Oh, no, it was fine. We talked about that. That's not a problem. It's just a matter of,
Just say.
I'm sorry. I'll get this to you. Whatever that is.
All right. All right, well, good evening. I'm hanging out back here at the back, so we brought dancers in tonight. Very nice. Oh, what's the thing? Do we do the thing? Do we still do? Do we still do that? Okay, I can't remember what we used to do. All right, well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for being here. Kiddos, thanks for being here. It's awesome that you're here with us tonight. You guys are by far the highlight. We'll skip past all the bureaucratic stuff and get straight to the kiddos. Ms. Shannon, or your kiddos are the ones that are here tonight?
These are my kiddos.
Would you like to do a quick little intro of what we're gonna get?
Okay, so we have Reed Hensey, and we have Charlie Lusher, and we have Elijah Brake, and we studied just before our break, we studied dinosaurs.
each chose their own dinosaur to research. Went through the whole process of looking at different sources, finding information, taking notes about their dinosaur, transferring that into complete sentences and that whole process. And then the next step is presentation, and that's where I always get the most excited. Having been at CFCI, even as long as I've been here, I still get excited at every museum with how well these kids can present information without being scared, without just reading, like each footprint that they have up there has a fact, like how big was my dinosaur. Underneath, they have the actual facts, and they get so good at not having to just read it like they're reading a report and actually telling. And so these guys were pretty excited to come share some of the things that they learned about dinosaurs with you. Reed, what did you study?
I studied the iguanodon.
What did you learn about
Never heard of that.
How big was the iguanodon? The iguanodon was the size of an African elephant.
Whoa.
They were 10,000 pounds. Iguanodons were 39 feet long. Where did iguanodons live? Iguanodons lived in grassy areas by sand. They lived by sand too. Iguanodons were found in 1822. South England. They lived in the early Cretaceous period. Fun fact, iguanodons ran 15 miles per hour. They're very common predators for the Tyrannosaurus rex and raptors. Iguanodons laid eggs.
Good job. I am so impressed because I was sorry, he's not finished.
Keep going.
Iguanodons lived until 150 years old. What did iguanodons look like? Iguanodons walked on 4 legs or 2 legs. Iguanodons mean iguanodonts. Iguanodons had a beak. What did iguanodons eat? Iguanodons ate plants that is a herbivore. Iguanodons were big enough they could get plants from tall trees. Iguanodons were found in North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia.
That's an accent. What do you like best about them? What do you like the most about the iguanodon?
That they ran 15 miles per hour.
Pretty quick. Nice job.
Win the Boston Marathon.
Are you all done? I would not have done that in first grade, and I probably couldn't do that in front of you all right now. So, and to watch, the growth of seeing them come in, nice shy little kindergartners, to be able to stand up in front of a room full of people and be an expert in something, I just find so cool. All right, next we got Charlie.
Why did I put on my board before?
Okay, would you like some help, Charlie? That looks like it's
Oh my god! It's literally one from Hobby Lobby.
It was in storage over spring break, wasn't it? There we go.
Yeah, all over spring break. Introducing the Okay, so what did my dinosaur look like? They had a crest and they had tons of feathers, especially on the arms, body, and tail. Alright. What the heck did my dinosaur look like? So a teenage raptor would be as tall as me. Yeah, their tails went out very long. Like, and also, do you want to know why they had the crest?
Yes.
Because they were made to make wool. crazy calls. I don't know about like, but
Charlie, can you pretend like we're in our museum?
low hearing bellowing calls to warn other predators or call for other friends. And also, do you want to know the story of how the Oviraptor got stuck with the little dog? Alright, so 1923, we have two dinosaur scientists. And so they decided to take a boat to the cozy deserts of Mongolia and Asia. And also, after a couple of hours they got there, it was toasty. But like probably a bit over 110 degrees. I gotta say, it's pretty hot. So, but probably last minute, they found the first Oviraptor. So after that, they left and went and put back to their lab and tried discovering stuff about it until 1924 when they were naming the Oviraptor. So the Oviraptor was an ape. So they named it Oviraptor. And
What's it mean?
Oviraptor means ape for neighbor. So, but then in the 1980s, he found out that the Oviraptor wasn't an ape. It took care of eggs and laid eggs. It was a body to eggs. So then they probably freaked out and they were so lazy that they still have the wrong name today. And also, they did live in Mongolia, and I don't know where else they live there. So, Mongolia? Yeah, Mongolia. So, what did my dinosaur? It was an omnivore. That means meat eater plus plant eater. It was omnivore. And I do not know the actual color of my dinosaur. We do not know. And we probably will. Alright, that was my presentation.
Did you do the drawing?
I didn't do drawing, but I did all the coloring. I was so surprised. I was so excited. I even done a cast shadow. Also, that was my presentation, guys. I think I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, you should do.
Look at this Oviraptor.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Do you want to get that part?
Look at this Oviraptor thing I made.
Oh,
very
that's
cool.
awesome. Very cool. Good job, Dave.
I'm also glad I got it. It's from Hot Water.
Work in the morning. Advertise that.
I just presentation.
Great job.
I'm worried about the Spinosaurus. What did my dinosaur look like? The Spinosaurus looked like a sailboat. They had 6-inch long teeth. They had sharp spines on their back. Their head looked like a crocodile and they had duck-like feet. What did my dinosaur eat? The Spinosaurus ate meat. They had sharp teeth. That tells you that a Spinosaurus was a meat eater. They ate smaller dinosaurs, they hunted in packs, and they hunted underwater. How big was my dinosaur? The Spinosaurus had 7-inch long spines. They weighed up to about 3 elephants. They were 50 feet long, 16 feet tall, and weighed 11 tons. Where and when did my dinosaur live? The Spinosaurus lived in the Cretaceous period. They lived 100 million years ago. They lived in North Africa, and they spent a long time in the water. Fun facts: the Spinosaurus had straight teeth. They were really intelligent. They had 38 teeth. They They ran up to 15 miles per hour, and their little arms could lift 500 pounds. Their sail was good at making them look bigger, but one bad move and the Spinosaurus would be paralyzed because its spines are exposed. That is the Spinosaurus is Jensen's dinosaur. My favorite part about it is when it says if the sail is good at making it look bigger. One bad move and the Spinosaurus would be paralyzed because its spines are exposed.
Thank you, Reed and Charlie and Elijah. Hey guys.
So this is actually 10 centimeters long.
Oh, wow.
Take your time.
I don't smell that.
Who's the ham of the station?
Thank you very much.
I know.
I bet you we can get some free supplies.
I think so.
I know. I'm gonna, oh my God.
Just hard.
I know.
Nice work. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. You're the best.
Good to see you.
I'm dismissed.
You're the best.
Unless you just like to stay.
You can hear wherever you want to hear.
Okay, all right.
Just remember we're in a museum.
It's either her or Sam, I'm hoping.
If nobody else takes it.
Here, you can leave that there.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. It's why we're here.
All right, well, things can only go downhill from there, so, I don't know, we've got the best stuff right at the beginning, and now here we are, so, all right. I was not here at the last board meeting, I was out of town, so I don't know the accuracy of last minute. I assume-
Sorry, you
I assume- Or no?
No, it might
Happy anniversary. Oh, okay, so do we have a motion, have any comments about the minutes or a motion to approve and all that good stuff?
Motion to approve.
All right. Do we-
Second.
And we have a second, all in favor of approval of the minutes from the March board meeting, aye?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. We had awesome visitors, do we have any other visitors equally as awesome?
Not awesome.
We did not.
Well, I mean,
Just our
Didn't
teachers.
have-
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
that's right. We didn't have anybody
You're not
sign
that
up.
awesome.
I was gonna say less awesome, but that sounded bad, especially if we had
That's why
like,
you're on your way out.
like concerned parents or something. I'm fast and loose at this point, like, it's, yeah, checking out. All right, so
No
super
way.
presentation, fantastic. Okay, next up is the lovely Dr. Graziano.
thank you. If anybody needs the budget, we have the condensed version up here. There's not much that I need to report right now, other than, and I'll just grab these papers here in case you want them. We have a great update with regard to the DHHS grant. They actually opened it up for more funding that was not SHAC related. So that's kind of a health advisory council, which we did not form this year. So we assumed that we wouldn't be eligible for any more funding, but we actually were. So we are able to reclassify, and I have the information right here. So our original contract amount was $196,970. The total amendment that we just submitted for was $98,100, and the total revised amount is $295,070. So we submitted for an additional $98,100 and we're approved. So what we can do with that is great. So what we can do is our contracted custodial cleaning with Cintas, which they're, are all of our disinfectants, our paper products, all of that can be covered 100%. We can reclassify one of our positions, which is our behavior intervention assistant. Her entire salary and benefits were submitted for and approved because now they're shifting to the mental health component of the pandemic and how we need to support people in that way in schools as well. So that has afforded us the opportunity to have a little bit more funding moving into next year since we're able to reclass some more from this year. So that was big news, good news, and we're excited about that. Any questions about that? So you will see on the budget, it's actually it's the back if you're on the two-sided copy. At the very, very bottom, you'll see that DHHS health grant. It says that we had 0.18% remaining, so that obviously will be updated and we'll have spent that down by the end of the year, but we have to actually resubmit all of our CERs, contract expenditure reports from July through now, and then moving forward, those expenses. So that number will change significantly. So that's the biggest budget update, except for, and we also have good news for our staff. So I am going to hand this out. Yeah, I can go on. So we discussed at our last meeting that there was that supplemental teacher compensation of 71, and we weren't entirely sure where that came from or how we were going to allocate that. So after further research, that is for teacher compensation as is indicated. So it's intended for anyone to provide supplements to certified teachers and instructional support personnel for those who are paid on the teacher salary schedule. So we have a total of $27,933 that was allocated from the state. We have 33 qualified employees at CFCI. Our coordinators and our director of education are also paid on the teacher salary schedule, so they qualify for this as well. It's anybody who is paid according to the teacher salary schedule. So our recommendation is to just divide that evenly among the 33 eligible employees, which would amount to an $846.45 allotment to be paid out in the May paycheck is our recommendation. It does require board approval, so this would be something that will have to be voted upon if the board agrees that we should evenly disperse this among all of the qualified staff members. Yes.
That's very exciting. I'm not processing completely, so I think that's a perfect idea. I don't think there's any other way to do it other than dividing it evenly amongst the 33 employees. Does that mean a one lump sum or?
Correct. So
Okay.
in the May check, so this is retirement eligible. That's an important distinction. As you know, we all went through that last year where it was classified as a bonus. And if it's a bonus or a stipend, it doesn't go towards your retirement. And that's where you lose out because those last 4 years are essential in building up that, the highest salary. So where your retirement is based upon. So this is all retirement eligible. It'll go on top of your payroll pay for the May paycheck. We can, and I have to talk about, I believe Joanne had asked this in finance, we can issue separate checks. So you see exactly what you're getting from that. I just have to talk with Acadia to make sure that that's feasible. It shouldn't be an issue. We've done it before. So it has been a preference of the finance community to issue those as separate checks. So it's very clearly delineated, what's going to taxes and versus your regular payroll check. So we'll work on that as well. But our intention is the May 30th check will also be accompanied by your supplement.
Motion.
We do need a
Motion to approve.
Okay. All in favor of, I guess we should give them some money. All in favor? Aye. Any naysayers? Okay. All right.
Well deserved, all right. Moving into the facilities report, which is linked to the agenda through the director's report, April facilities report. So complete projects, we have the fire inspection that we were surprised with on March 31st, and we passed. There were no issues that were reported, so we got that report back from the fire inspector. The gymnasium lights were upgraded on April 7th. We were switching from fluorescent to LED, which will provide longer lifespan and reduce electricity consumption. So that was completed right before our break. The school safety update, we had our safety team was trained on ALICE training actually yesterday. We did the initial informational piece. We did not do the scenario-based learning yet, so we're going to do that at a separate time. That's actually scheduled for May 8th. So we'll walk through some scenarios with our safety team. Our intention is to open up the hybrid-based online informational piece for staff as soon as next month. And just the intention is to have that completed by our August initial start date for our teachers when we open up for those opening days, and then undergo some scenario-based learning during those opening days. But providing that opportunity to do this online is actually required by 98-360, which sponsors the ALICE training, and also frees up sometimes those days in the beginning of the year are jam-packed with a lot of professional development, a lot of obligation in terms of what we need to disseminate for information. So about an hour and a half of our opening days will be allotted for scenario-based learning ALICE training. And we will, of course, inform staff, all of you, of the specifics there and what to expect, but that's coming up next. Upcoming projects, we are rekeying the multi-purpose room to one master key. We have several floating around right now, and given the event where some people are not able to get into certain locations, so we're just trying to make it more sense. So we are rekeying those. Administrative offices will be rekeyed to one key, with the exception of the testing office that has to be a separate key for security purposes, and the finance office with regard to just secure financial information, documents, and the safe is in there as well. So that will be a separate key. We are installing specific locks in the MPR. These are called night locks, and we learned about them, Ben Rose and I, through our training in Texas. And it actually provides on the floor, there is kind of like a bar that prevents anybody from getting in addition to locking the door. So there's just a simple bar contraption. We're trying it out in the MPR in the restrooms so that they actually have a place to lock down into. They previously did not. And if we find that it might be appropriate for all the classrooms, they're not that expensive. They're about $100 a lock. So we could equip all of our classrooms with that if we choose to do that. We're also hopeful that the safety grant is open again for next year. We anticipate that it will be, so that's something we can look for as well. And we are also building a shed to accommodate storage needs for our music program. She's got a lot of stuff that she has to store, and we need to find a place to store it. So that's next on the horizon. We're hoping to have that complete by June. We have somebody that we've worked with regularly with carpentry work, and she's working on it. So that's the extent of our facility.
And where will that go?
That is going to go over on the NPR property, but off to the left-hand side, right, Tim? So if you're facing the NPR, it's off to the left-hand side.
Great.
We discussed kind of like a lean-to, but when you get into that, you're dealing with permitting and a slew of other things. So this is going to be a standalone piece.
That's great.
And then we would move into our human resources, which will require a closed session. A closed session, unless we want to delay that and go through the director of education.
We can just do that now. Might as well.
Okay.
Yep. So motions, and we'll just step across the hall like usual. And we'll need a motion to enter into closed session for personnel matters.
Motion to move into closed session.
Okay, all in favor of entering closed session?
I'm not.
No.
Aye.
All right,
And the ayes.
closed session is.
All right.
We'll be back.
I'm just pulling up Dana.
Okay.
I think they're both coming in to teach a lesson. Unfortunately, and I think they both have real potential that they were excited about. And she really wants to do social studies, and she's not interested in coming in this year. She wants to start in the fresh year in life.
See you later. We don't have time for
But these
that.
are the teachers we're putting out right now. Let me, if they can choose how I want to have this experience. I know, I have a teaching partner right now.
It's bad.
Scary.
Yeah, it's entitlement.
Are we live?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, how do you like that? A little heads up would have been nice.
Hey, did you ever play this?
Yes, y'all are live.
Thank you, Kathy, I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's supposed to be a one-man boomerang, right, or something like
No.
that? Oh, what boomerangs are all one man, never mind.
It's, Steven, it's a baseball drill.
The agility trainer.
Whatever color I call.
Weird to have Kathy's voice coming out.
Jesus, is that you?
Close.
My face.
What you have to do is, I'm gonna toss it to you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call out a color.
Okay, I have to,
You have to-
I
you
have
have
to catch the color you draw.
Yeah.
All right, I have another question for you, Kathy, before
Turn
after.
it off.
That's all right, I'll just behave.
Blue. Nice.
White. That's cool.
Red.
Oh, that's hard. Blue is just a, like, luck. Red. All right, one more time.
Red.
Ah, that, how do you do that? There's no way you can choose which
You
one
gotta
to
call
come
a
up.
color.
White. Kathy.
They use it for infielder, so you learn to like turn your hand, like your glove hand, different ways.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes-
Is this really what I think it is? Just a microphone?
Yeah,
Where did you get this?
What is it?
microphone.
Oh no, my microphone. I actually got it in New Zealand, but it's a microphone, but it's also a Bluetooth speaker, so it can connect to your phone. It'll project your voice, but it'll also play music. So it's like a little mini karaoke.
Oh my God, do you use it for like presentations and
I
stuff?
literally have not used it hardly at all. I haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but every once in a while I'll take it out and sing.
Is anyone else Zooming with you right now? Carla is in there?
No, I think Dana, who's one of the board members, but we're being live streamed on YouTube also.
Sponsors continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards. The historic settlement keeps well-known Fox hosts like Laura Ingraham from having to testify about what they said on air. Disturbing
Clean? I don't know what that was.
Oh, man.
Jerky?
No, thank you.
Hey, Patrick,
Yeah.
you'll get a kick. My sweet daughter sent my Loop Level Insomnia cookies today, just as a pick me up for a, yucky day. And she signed it Abby Hall, y'all. I thought it was funny.
Look how fat I am.
Everyone on YouTube.
I don't think this is gonna. Do you know? Do you know? Self pure observation.
Okay, so you guys want to ask Lisa, ask for that very question
Because
today.
we talked about it. I know.
She said that if it doesn't feel like something authentic.
Well, not right now on each other.
That's what.
She said. She said, if you wanted to one, then let them know. But
That makes sense.
because I saw it in the.
Right. That's what I thought too. I mean, it shouldn't have snuck, up on me, but I was like, ooh.
Well, I know.
But I think I did it with a group of people and we decided to just do like create our.
Oh, yeah, you're doing it with us.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do, like me and Sam and Shannon.
Yeah.
Have had so many conversations based off of the PD
Yeah.
stuff, that we're gonna do some reflection about that within our response.
I think what stinks about it is it's pretty
It does.
singular for me right now. Like I have had a lot of, I've been impacted by that. I've read that book 3 times. I read it 2
Right.
summers ago and it changed. Like went in, but that was the year I came in. And I was teaching part-time. So, do you remember when you went to CFI last time? Where you stayed? I think I'm going on like
the reservation. So
Okay.
I don't even have, like, I usually stay in Marriott.
Okay.
That's where I've stayed for
Yeah.
years. And I didn't make the reservation, because she
I'll
made
ask
it
for
to
that.
school.
I'm gonna go on Friday. I think I might be the only one, but I need it. I'm gonna go.
So if it wasn't this, I just can't do this week. I mean, I just got back. And then next weekend, we'll have town again.
Yeah.
So sad. Yeah. Can't do it.
Oh. But I don't know, kid. I know, I've done it. I've been there 3 times.
Really?
Yes, I know, I love it.
Oh, you have been? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
1 year I went with,
Well, that's good.
well, that's why I didn't sign up at first, because I'm like, I've never done this one.
Yeah.
This is just. I'm gonna just stop. I think. If anyone else is going, I think someone should go, you know, but, I'm not, of course I'll share, but I hope. Yeah. Oh, no, I want to go, because number one, I feel like I need to get, I just want to be away also this weekend, but, I need it for just connected and engaged, and maybe I'll make some connections too, like, for people I can talk to, you know, about
Yeah.
inquiry or whatever, you know.
They're, yes, she's the director. I don't know what their titles are.
Yeah.
I can't remember. She is really phenomenal. I was
So what is
so
the
impressed
makeup
with
of
her.
the event? What is it?
The
you know?
the conference.
Yeah.
Based on what I've read, if I remember correctly, you go to different places
Oh,
and
same.
look at different things.
Okay.
But then you come back together and sort of debrief what you
Okay.
saw and what you learned. And I think it's similar to that.
Okay.
I know one time our group showed up down there and they were told that they were supposed to present something, but nobody had bothered to let us know that. But our
I wonder if I could on the
students-
fly present something. I don't know if I could. I mean,
I don't think they did, because they were like, what? Nobody told us that. So. But, I mean, as far as I know, everybody that's always gone has enjoyed it. Fun job for- And I'm sure it's great. It was great being there for just a day. I think we stayed like 15 minutes away. It wasn't too far.
how close is Columbia to the ocean? They're like right in the middle, they're not, right? All right, there's a lot of giggling going
I
on.
mean,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
the state is
close.
not very, wide, so.
Yeah.
They can probably get somewhere in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Really, most times, because it takes 3 to get there from here, so. It's just, I don't want to drive very much. Get off on it.
Yeah, I remember it too, nothing. I'm gonna get a book on it.
Did you stay in Chicago this weekend?
No, what? Otherwise?
No, like hundreds of teenagers stormed the streets at night.
For
Right.
what? Do they know what was the riot about? Like, what were they, what was their cause?
That's the second Walmart.
What was the, like, did something happen that led to their anger? Wow.
I'm sure something, whether anybody knew what it actually was, other than the one person who said that.
Well, I think there's also mob mentality involved in that.
Oh, for sure.
You get a few people and they're
Let me
like
see if I
freeze,
can- let me
and they're
see if I
like
can-
freezed up. I hate to
I
say it.
had a
but
video of
Really,
of a woman getting beaten by this mob. She was trying to walk into her building, and they surrounded her and beat her.
Right now, it's like, I've never felt like this way, but I feel like I want more just go in the woods and live in a cabin and no one's just. The problem with that, I sometimes think about like living in the mountains or even in Marshall, I'm like, how far are hospitals? Like, it freaks me out a little bit. Like, and the older you get, like,
That doesn't freak me out. I'm like, how far is the grocery store and the shopping mall?
Yeah, that's the problem
That's
with,
the
that's
part
the
that
problem with the lake houses. We have like 2 minutes from the house, we have a Dollar General and
Yeah.
a little like country store.
Uh-huh.
But we have to stop at Walmart on the way in.
Right,
Which
To get
is
all
a
your
40
things.
minute, we're still 40 minutes away from the house. So
right. And when you got everything packed in the car to get there, there's no
The three
room to put all
boys,
the
yeah,
stuff, right?
Right. And then, so like, we went there and I was going there to fix something. And I looked at it and I was like, I should be able to
Oh,
fix
I need
this.
this.
And
Yep.
I was like, we had one day there. And I was like, that's not happening. I'm not driving there, drive back,
Right,
crawl under the toilet,
yeah.
to hopefully fix it and leave in the morning. So we'll come back another time.
Yeah.
I didn't show you.
I think that's been the hardest thing for Joe. He's got an Airbnb in the mountains, but to deal with anything, to fix it.
It's his Airbnb?
Yeah. It's in Marion, you know that area?
Not really.
See her?
Jeez Louise.
And now there's rumor that another night of like mischief is gonna happen this Saturday.
We stay at a Airbnb in Wilkesboro when we go to see Grayson. And,
Oh, wait, Wilkesboro's
Wilkesboro.
close, yeah.
yeah, it's like 30 minutes
Yeah.
from Boone. But it has, like, there's a Kohl's there, it's got a Walmart.
I love
Which are
Marion, the same thing. It's got this
8
quaint little
minutes from the
downtown,
house, so
but they have like a center town where they have they have some restaurants. But a little further away, there's like a big lot. Another kind of like lower end things, like in a shopping plaza.
Yeah.
But
I like
there's
that
a,
a lot.
there's a Tractor Supply and a Harbor
Nice.
Freight.
Yep.
And a Lowe's,
Mm-hmm.
and then Walmart's a little bit, Walmart, but because this house is in the mountains, it's in the Pigson National Forest, just to
Oh,
get
wow.
down the mountain,
Yep.
it like, you have to travel so
You're
slow,
really in
you
the
have to travel
mountains.
slow. Oh, his driveway's like this.
oh my gosh.
I don't, he thinks I could take my Civic, but I don't think I can even get my Civic up there.
On a very dry,
Mm-hmm.
warm day.
Yeah. Well,
That's when you
he has
try.
a truck and he got stuck up there. They had to get chains because he doesn't have, I'm like, who buys a truck without 4-wheel drive? Joe does. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Kathy's like, what session about? They could have waited it, like this kind of thing.
Yeah. I
I feel like
have
we
one
should,
that.
I feel like we should mention that. Like, what's the purpose of going there
Now
now?
when we get the mood, we should make that
Yeah,
recommendation.
okay.
This is like the last one.
Who's going, is Amy Serena, who's gonna take over as well?
I guess next month is when we will have. Who wants to do what? Well, no, actually, that's not right. June. We have a. So.
Do we have to
So
come
she can
in
take
for
over.
meetings over the summer?
Do what?
We have meetings over the summer? Can we Zoom?
I think there's when's the one in June?
Should be the third Tuesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be going the 20th to the 29th. Let's see. Got my tickets for $383.
My dad and I are going to Mount Rushmore in June. Yeah. Mount Rushmore and the Sitting Bull. Memorial.
That's cool, especially
And then-
going with your dad.
Yeah, and then we're going to Chicago to catch a Cubs game.
Stay away from the warm ones.
Right? That's what I'm freaked out about. I'm like, am I really bringing my dad in?
This is a good person.
But they don't live in Chicago, they live out in some of the villages out there. Are you flying to Chicago or are you driving?
Fly. Yeah, I hate to fly. I would rather drive than deal with, first off, I don't like being on a plane. I don't like someone else being in control of what's transporting me.
Well,
And then second off, I don't like dealing with people in airports. And like waiting and then having to sit next to people. Like, I hate it.
I'd rather fly anytime than drive to Chicago. I did it once from Charlotte when I was 14. Actually, we went first to Indiana to see my grandmother.
We're in Indiana.
Little place called Aurora. It's right over the Cincinnati, Indiana border there.
I lived in Bloomington for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of family. My mother's family's all up there.
I originally went to school in Illinois.
Oh, wow.
I like the Midwest.
I'd love to visit. I would love to go out.
It's different. I mean, I like it up there, but. it's
There's a
different.
super cool
Yeah.
school in Green. That
Really.
more a regular yearly field trip they go, they camp out in Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's cool.
Joe's like, we'll never survive Montana.
All right.
I miss you. I don't want.
I need to.
Like, I don't.
Do I need to log in?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that was timing out.
Yeah,
Right.
That's we finally got new ones, and it disappeared really fast.
Like 5 days, so forget what it is.
I feel you. I just keep adding exclamation
Me
points. It's the only
too.
way I can remember.
Or changing the numbers. I'm like, what number is it now?
All right, so welcome back to open session. Thanks y'all for still being here. First order of business coming out of closed session is we need a motion to approve the HR report as discussed in closed session and a second.
Motion.
Okay, and
Second.
all in favor of approving the HR report?
Aye.
Aye, perfect, awesome. Okay, there you go. That is signed for you and
Thank
dated.
you.
And that is your train. All right, okay, moving along. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to the lovely Ms. McCormick.
Starting right off, enrollment as of April 14th is at 399, and you can see as we look down through the number of seats filled in each grade level. 40, 39, 44, 41, 37, 39. So 399. And remember, 408 is full.
Can I ask a question about it?
Yeah.
Just a curiosity question.
Sure.
So, early in the school year, if there's unexpected vacancies or whatever, or people start turning down admission, you go back to the waiting list, right?
Up to 20, yes. Up
Where does
to
that stop?
20th day.
Oh, okay.
After
I
20
figured
days,
there
we
was
don't
some
take-
sort of.
Yeah, after 20, now the county, obviously, they take kids right through because you have to.
Sure.
But for a school like ours, it's that it becomes a transient population. So I think we made that decision and I think it's a hardcore. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. I was just kind of curious, like, if somebody walked up that was on the waiting list, like now.
Yeah. It could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The lottery, new families are in process, we're still touring. And at this time, all classes are full and we have a healthy wait list in each of the grade levels. I can give you numbers too next time. I had done that. And I should, that I will. For professional development, we continued with Heidi Mills this past month. And we also continued with the third time we've had our CPI training with Kelly Rooney, our EC coordinator. Our goal is to have all staff trained in de-escalation tools by the beginning of next school year, and then anybody new coming on board will be trained at that time as well in their onboarding. We've budgeted to have one day allotted to each educator next year to attend workshops, classes, conferences, business school, or work on a PD like a book study. That's a new thing for us this, in the last few years. I think it might have happened in the past, but we've budgeted to have everybody have a day to do that, which is good. Riptide Runners continues. They have one more practice, and then they have their 5K run this coming Saturday. So if you feel like it, go on out and support Team CFCI.
You guys have done a great job. I don't know who else has participated in that, but like my daughter's not an athlete, and she's really, you guys have done such a great job. Whoever did that is doing a great job.
Well, Kelly
It's a
Rooney,
bunch of volunteers.
yeah, bunch of volunteers, but Kelly Rooney and Kelly Rotary headed up, and then the faculty and staff that become coaches are just incredible. Parents that become coaches, incredible. Like how many are there? 20 come on coaches?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's great though. It's great.
My group has 4 coaches, and we have like 18 kids.
It's great. It's great. So we really are so happy, and it's really great. Really appreciate that. Yeah. For field experiences, I put the dates on here. We've got the DC trip coming up for the 8th grade, and that's April 26th to the 28th. That's next week. And want to thank Kathy Mintz for taking the lead on that, and her partners, Allie Baldwin and Amina Benatti. Everybody's really excited. We had our virtual Zoom meeting last night for chaperones. There are 21 chaperones going. And so they've done lots of fundraisers to get there. It's the first time we've had the trip in several years, so we're very excited about that. For the 5th grade in May, they've got their Williamsburg trip. I know Mr. D is so excited, and he was in Masonboro today, right?
Yeah.
Masonboro, so he's really
Mason
field
Borough,
trip guy.
Riptide running.
Yep.
A little tired.
No stress there. So anyway, they're going from the 15th to the 17th of May. Again, there are 2 classes that have done an incredible job fundraising for that trip. And we're just so happy that, all the hard work that people are doing to get that going. Thank you to Ben Pierce and Ben Rose and Susan for taking care of all the reservations and permissions and the bus, all that stuff. So it's been great. Then community, any questions about that? Sorry. Do you want to say anything, Mr. D, about this trip to Williamsburg?
Well, I was just telling.
I was asking how much they raised.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think we did.
I'm just big.
Oh.
No, I'm just super excited to go. The kids are real excited to go. We had a little hiccup with Busch Gardens,
Yeah.
but changed it up to Great Wolf Lodge, and
I think it'll be great.
it's always great. It's such
Really
a great
exciting.
trip. Like the kids are like mind blown when they're there.
It's great. So attached are the weekly community updates. That's good. You all get those anyway. For PCN, we met in March. We usually meet just before this meeting. We postponed it for a couple of weeks so we could get a family survey out that we're going to be sending out at the end of this week. Hopefully, we're presenting it to faculty tomorrow, so we just want to get some feedback and then send that out to families to get some, good information about how families think the school's doing and what are some of the things they'd like to see happen moving forward. The auction for inquiry happened. So many of you came. Thank you. We really appreciate it. They did a great job. Courtney Boucher and Christiana Durand were the chairs of that, and they put a wonderful committee together. And Missy was on it, and Kristen Altman, was on it. And they did an incredible job. They raised gross over 24,000. I think
So great.
we'll probably end up at around 19.5, something like that, for our net. So that all goes to purchasing our bus, our brand new activity bus. So we're excited. It was a new format for us, having parents involved with the auction itself. And so looking forward to hopefully doing it again next year. I know they're talking about it, and what are some things we can fundraise for? The art program, for example, which is what we've done in the past.
Don't give a paddle to my wife ever again.
I gotta.
Oh, we gotta do right.
I have a surfboard.
I'm gonna retire. She-
Oh, that's, we're putting it up on that.
But I have to compliment them because when we've done it in the past, I mean, we started planning in August with getting the artists and they started the whole thing.
December.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was blown away
Yeah.
how, what a great job they did. I
Yeah,
thought
they
it was
really did.
wonderful event.
And their goal was $75.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that first meeting we had, it was like,
If you
what do
know
you think?
sponsors, thank them too, because I
Oh, we
reached out
will.
to a couple and they're like, oh, thank you. I'm glad you saw our stuff. And
Yeah, that's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
No, we're actually sending thank you notes out and all of that, so thank you. Yeah. It's great. We're really so pleased.
It was such a great night. The acoustics kind of drove me crazy though. Like
was so
loud and then
Yeah.
hard to hear, but.
Yeah,
what a
we'll
fun
have to
night.
play with that a little bit, 'cause I think it was a good spot.
It's a great.
Yeah, and and I have to say, I mean, they did a great job. When I called, they were gonna be a price, and they cut that price in half.
Oh, wow.
And so I mean, really, it was well worth it. It was well worth it. And Pine Valley Market, that's Christiana Duran's business with her partners, and they did a beautiful job and provided all the alcohol and the food and all of that. So, and they did it at a great price. So really, we did, it was a great thing. And what I have to say is for the teachers, we really want so much more kid art and things like that, but it just, the timing wasn't right this year because we got a new art teacher, midway through the year. So I think going forward, those are some of the recommendations and some of the things that we can do better, but overall, overall, the fact that, the teachers didn't have to get stressed at this time of the year, other than just come, right? And then, everybody volunteered too, which was awesome. Teachers volunteered. It was great. I thought it was just wonderful. So, thank you. Thank you to everybody.
Is it?
That's it.
Okay. So that brings us to committees. As usual, everything's linked there for you in the report. Any board members want to chime in with any particular insight on committee meetings? Otherwise, you can take a look at the reports. Very good. All right, let's talk about board positions for just a moment, and then we'll be just about done. So there are 2 board openings. Well, officially 2 board openings. And so we have, Kim, you said we have a paucity of applications at this point, correct?
You're what?
We don't have many applications yet.
I didn't know what that meant.
I'm glad you asked it. I got it.
I didn't like. I don't know.
Paucity.
Yeah, I put it into context.
It's a new word. It was on my
My word.
It was on my vocabulary.
Did you not hear it? Okay, so see, you
There you go.
educated us today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. My word of the day on my flip calendar. But so we need more board applicants. If you have friends, family, felons or whatever that you know.
No, thank you. I'm gonna say no to that.
Okay. I do have a couple of contacts I think that may apply. We'll see how they do. See if they actually get through that or not. But we're gonna need at least 2.
Mhm.
And the more the merrier. It's always nice to have a couple of extras so that, and then it's kind of been our practice to hopefully redirect maybe some people that don't end up being selected for the board towards PCN or towards partnership or other, plugging them in some way.
Mhm.
So the more the merrier on that. So if you have parents that you work with in particular that you've had good relationships with, that's a good source. Community members, things like that.
You think, can we just put it in our newsletters too, like just to say we're looking? I didn't put it in this one, but.
Oh,
And if
yeah.
they have,
Yeah, we can put that
and
out.
if they have questions, they can reach out to us, you know, because a lot of times it's, you know, how much is the time commitment, you know, that kind of stuff. We can have those kind of conversations if necessary.
Yeah, we
Um,
can send that out to, like Nancy said, to the staff, put in newsletters. I would say that, there's a blurb, but I can copy and paste it, and put it in a note to the staff.
Is there, and I apologize to that, because I know there's a certain number we want of teachers and parents. Is there for openings, is there any
So,
locations?
I mean, I'm a parent.
These are all for voting. It's,
Yeah.
It could
they
be a
can both
parent
be
or a
parents.
community member.
So it can be, okay. So it can be
And
more
one-
Is it one teacher? Is Joe?
No, no, the teacher's part is
No.
different.
Different,
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I was trying to.
the non-voting
Yes.
versus voting,
Okay.
Yeah, this
And
is
then
that public call.
partnership,
You're our new teacher person.
the partnership.
Okay, so if we know some folks in the community that might be a really good
I
fit.
was like, there's a.
Encourage them.
Guess it belongs here.
So we have one more other
My
matter.
child's in third grade, okay. Good.
One other quick matter on that. So after this meeting, Miss Dana will be elevated to be the chair, as this will be my final meeting. As we're moving in mid-May prior to the next meeting. So this is it for me. I don't know, like I say before the meeting, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself on the third Tuesday of every month. This is what I've been doing.
He's
Yeah,
lying.
title you up.
He's YouTubing, I'm telling
This
you.
is what I've been doing this for like the last 5 or 6 years. So, yeah, you can text me. It's totally fine. I've already blocked your number. But we're gonna, the policy, I guess, is Dana gets elevated to be the chair in my absence. It's probably best that we do have another vice chair to fill out the executive committee. So how do you want to, just want to, so does anybody want to do that? And then we can just,
Amy's good.
Amy is, okay.
So motions.
I suspect we need to vote on that. So we'll need a motion to nominate.
I motion to nominate Amy.
Okay. We'll need a second on that.
Second.
Okay, and then all in favor of,
So how does that, sorry, just
Okay.
a question, is that like temporary until the end of
Yeah,
the
so
term
this would
and
be-
then you start again in June?
correct. This is just,
Right, that's right.
this is
It's just
keeping the
for voting
line,
after
keeping the
vote.
chain of command, you know, in place, if you
That's what
want
I
to
thought.
call
I
it
just
that.
wanted to
You know, this is, yeah, I mean, maybe you'll want to do it next year,
There you
but
go.
this is, yeah, this is so we have that exec committee filled out for the remainder of the school year. Okay, so we got a motion and a second, so all in favor of Mrs. Slevin as our vice chair, all in favor, say aye.
Or raise your hand.
Or raise your paw. Those opposed,
You're positive.
I was gonna vote no, just to spite you.
Oh my gosh.
On my-
You haven't.
on my-
My noodles all over you.
On my way on.
Way out.
Yeah, I was just gonna protest every filibuster for the next 6 hours, but there you go, okay. So that's it. Any other questions, comments, concerns, insults,
I have
or
one.
anything? Okay.
I just want to personally, and I know, I think we can all say this, I just want to personally thank you, Stephen, for your years of service to this board. Really appreciate it. I know for myself personally, as the interim and then now as the co-director, your, you know, your steadfastness. What was the word you used to? No, I'm just kidding. Your steadfastness and your just ability to be calm. And I've sent you a lot of rocky texts and
That's totally.
and you've always been just 100% for the school. And I have to say 100% for teachers and 100% for us as you know, a school period. And, you know, so thank you. Really want to thank your service, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I probably might miss it.
I'm gonna give him a button.
There you go. Yeah. But, yeah, so thank you guys. It's been fun. I kind of did it first just to sort of see how the sausage was made. And to kind of see how things are going. Well, it's very, is that another?
It's accurate.
pretty-
Natural curiosity, yes.
Yeah, it was like, I want to see how this works. And then it's kind of something a little bit more than that. So it's been a rewarding experience. So
Yeah,
y'all have, yes, have fun. You have a good time. You have great leadership. You have great leadership. So they're awesome. So you guys can't go anywhere. All right. So there you go.
Olivia's got it.
Then I might have to move back.
Any other
Now
closing
that we're back from
remarks or
break.
anything this week for the good of the order as we finish up? Okay, all right, so that's it. So we'll go ahead and adjourn and we'll see you guys. Well, y'all can see each other next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.